Today we will see buttons in UI design, and if you want to watch the Hindi version of this video, link is in the description. You can go and check that. Starting with a very basic question, what is a button? So button is a UI element that performs some kind of action when you click on it. Now that action can be of any kind. It can either navigate you to another page, you can either confirm action or decline action, or you can enable, disable something. So there are various type of actions. Now let's look at some of the basic terms of button. First of all, we have the icon and the label. We can have only one label, but we can have two icons if required. And we can also remove the icon if not required. And the spacing between the icon and the label is called icon spacing. And if there is no icon, then we can remove the icon spacing obviously. When it comes to the number of icons, you can use two icons if required, but I will recommend you to stick to one icon. And if you want to use two icons, then one icon should show the meaning of the label. Like if there is a label of open in Google Chrome, then one icon will be of Google Chrome and the other icon can be either an arrow or a open in new tab icon or something similar to that. But I will always recommend you to stick to one icon. Sometimes two icons create confusions in users. They will not understand it. And next thing we have is the padding. Like we have the left padding, right padding, top padding and bottom padding. Now top and bottom padding is not that much important because we fix the height of the button, and I will tell you at the end of the video like what should be the padding of these button or the size of the button. Now next very important thing we have is the touch area. Now the minimum touch area of any button or any element, it should be 48 by 48 pixels. And if the button size is smaller than 48 pixels, then you obviously have to increase the touch area of that button. Actually, you don't have to increase the touch area of the button. You just have to tell your developer to increase the touch area of the button. In designing, you can only add empty spacing around the button like we have here. So for touch area, you have to tell your developer, you have to don't do anything, add the empty area and it will work fine. Next thing we have is types of button. Now we have different types of button. First of all, we have the normal button. You see this button everywhere in the login page, like add to cart or everywhere. You know this button very well. Next button we have is the icon button. And now in icon button, we only have the icon. We don't have the label. And if you want to add the label, you have to add the label outside of the button, just like in this example. And here we have the arrow. This is also icon button. And this is also icon button, like 3-dot menu. We have this is also our icon button. Next thing we have is the fab or floating action button. And if we added the label inside the fab button, then it will call the extended fab. When we add labels to the fab button, it calls extended fab. The next button we have is a segmented button. Now the segmented button is mainly used to switch between actions. Like we have three options here. Like if I show you in Figma, we have three options here. You can switch between these three properties of auto layout. We have the vertical layout, horizontal layout and a wrap layout. And one very important thing, if your button is doing more than two action, then go for a segment button. And if your button is doing more than three action, then you should go for either a drop down or a radio pill or a checkbox button like this one. Next one we have is the radio button. Like in radio button, we can only select one option only. But in the checkbox button, you see this option, we can select multiple options. So use these according to your requirement. And again, the touch area of these things will be minimum 48 pixels. You can see that the size of a radio button or the checkbox is actually 16 pixels, like only this area. But the touch area should be like something like this. It should be touchable in the whole part so that it will be easy for the users. Similarly with the radio button or the checkboxes, the touch area should be something like this. And next button we have is the toggle button. Now toggle button mainly enables or disables something like on of Wi-Fi or on of Bluetooth, or switch between dark theme or light theme. And you should always use toggle button for switching between actions that are opposite, like on of Wi-Fi, turn on of Bluetooth, or dark theme, light theme. These are opposite actions, otherwise your user will get confused. Next button we have is the chip. Like we have seen this thing on the YouTube homepage. Chips are like normal buttons, but we use these things for filters. Like you can see this thing on YouTube homepage. If you click on all, then you will be seeing videos from all categories, and similarly live music. And if you want to select multiple options, then you have to add a checkbox icon here, simply a check icon here. It will tell the user that they can select multiple options. Now next thing we have is the category of button. Any type of button mainly have three type of categories, like primary, secondary and tertiary. Like if I show you example, like this was a primary button, this is a primary button, this is also a primary button, and this is a secondary button. You see this icon button here. Now in secondary button, we either use a lighter version of this primary button, primary color, sorry, like you can see that this is a light blue color, or we can give it an outline stroke. Like if I show you here, like this one, this is the outline version. So you can either use a lighter version of the primary color, or you can give it an outline stroke. And then we have the tertiary button. Like if I show you, like see all, this is the tertiary button. In tertiary button, we simply color the text, and we can also add the icon here. Like we can add arrow icon in this case, it will work fine. Now next thing we have is the states of button. I have listed down 4 states of button. Now we have few more states of button, but these 4 are the important one, like you cannot ignore these 4 states. Now default state is how the button looks in normal state. Now hover is when you take your mouse over the button, then it's called hover state. And in mobile we don't have hover state because we don't have the mouse cursor in mobile. So in that case we have the pressed state. So you can either use the hover state as your pressed state, or you can create separate design for this. And for hover state or press state, you can either decrease the size of the button, you can darken the color, like in this case they have darkened the primary color, and there are many other options. You can just Google hover button design or hover state designs, you will find that. Next thing we have is the focus state. Now focus state is for keyboard actually. Let me show you a live example. Now if I press tab on my keyboard, then it will highlight the button. You can see that we have the Adobe stock button highlighted here. If I show you here, like in the visit button, there is an outline around the button. You can see that this is the focus state of the button. We add this state so that user can navigate or use the buttons through the keyboard. And you can also see that the outline is actually bigger than the button size. You can see that there is an empty space. That's because the touch area is big. It's not over the button, it has some pixels gap, but it still got activated. If I click it, then it will perform the action. Like let me show you again. If I click it, you can see that the mouse got activated. Although it's not over the button, it still have some pixels of gap. But if I click here, it will perform the action. We do this thing to make things easy for the user. Next thing we have is the size and spacing of button. Now when it comes to size and spacing of button, we have mainly 3 type of button, like no icon button, only icon, or the icon button. Now in normal button or the no icon button, the left and right padding is same. Like you can see here, if I just hold down alt, you can see left and right padding is 24 pixels. And we don't care about the top and bottom padding because it fixes the button height. Like in this case, I'm using auto layout button. And you should also use the auto layout button. Always create your buttons in auto layout and with the use of proper components and variants. And if you don't know how to use component or variants, I will create a separate video about how to create button system in Figma using proper auto layout and components in detail. In this video, we are covering only the theory part. Now you can see that I have fixed the height like 56 pixels. You can also change the padding here. It will not affect the button. Like if I can even type 100, it will not affect the button. And if you are adding a top bottom padding, you should always add equivalent padding. Like if I type like 16 or 12,16, then the button will not be properly aligned. You can see that. So to avoid that thing, you have to always give equal padding, or you can even remove the padding here. Wait a minute. And always center align your button so that it's in center. Now when it comes to the size of the button, we have mainly 3 sizes, like for the large button, medium button, or the small button. You can use 56 pixels, 52 pixels for the large button. Although you can go beyond 56 pixels, but it will be too big. I will not recommend you that thing. 56 and 52 are a good size for large button. Then we have the medium button, 48, 44, 40 pixels. And to understand the size and spacing more, watch the video about size and spacing, the second episode of this series. Link is in the description. And when you are picking size for your buttons, there should be a gap of more than 4 pixels in 2 different button size. Like if I choose the button size 52 pixels, then I cannot pick the 48 pixel size because 48 and 52 pixels will look too similar. So it's always a good idea to keep the size difference more than 4 pixels. If you're choosing 52 pixels as your large size button, then go for 44 pixels or 40 pixels. And if you're picking 40 pixels, then go for 32 pixels for the small button. Okay, similarly, if you're picking 44 pixels, you can either pick 36 pixels or 32 pixels. And as a beginner, I will not recommend you to choose 3 button size. You can work with one button size like 40 pixels or 44 pixels. It will work fine. Like the material design by Google also uses one button. And if you don't know what material design is, it's some design system released by Google, and all the apps of Google follow that design system to create their designs. So I will recommend you to stick to one size as a beginner. Okay, next we have the icon button. Now the main difference between icon button and a normal button is, first of all, we have the icon spacing, obviously. The next difference we have is for padding. Like the padding on the icon side, like in this case on the left side, the padding will be 4 pixels less than the right side. If I show you, let's select both of them and hold down alt. You can see that left padding is actually 20 pixels and the right padding is actually, wait a minute, 24 pixels. The padding on the icon side is always 4 pixels less than the non-icon side because the icon is already inside a container, like a container of 24 pixels, and we already have the spacing here. Now to balance that thing, we decrease the icon side padding by 4 pixels. If the icon was on the right side, then we will reduce the right side padding, but in this case the icon is on the left, so we remove the left padding by 4 pixels. Now next thing we have is the icon, only icon button. Now in the only icon button, all the 4 sides of padding are equal and the icon is properly centered aligned because of that. And if you want to know how to design a button with proper size and spacing, like what should be the font size, what should be the icon size for small button, large button, and what should be the padding between 2 buttons, go check out this post on my Instagram, link is in the description. And if you want to learn about other button elements, like we have the icon button or we have the radio button or the checkbox, then go to my Instagram, scroll down a bit, and here you will find the size and spacing for all the elements. Like we have the chip here, like we have the nav bar also, action bar or the navigation rail, all other elements of UI design. So go check that, link is in the description. And this was for this video, and make sure that you leave a comment if this video was helpful for you in any way. See you in future. Bye.